talk us through your emotions tonight, mate? Just leading up to this game, it's going to be called off, it's going to be on, off.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many you wouldn't be human if you weren't worried about what the weather was going to do tonight, and you were part of the two playing teams. I'm sure there were, plenty of people had an eye on the radar and things like that. But from the moment I woke up this morning, there seemed to be a lot less rain than everyone was expecting. And I knew when I left the ground here yesterday that it only had to stop raining because the field was fine. Came out here yesterday after training and was absolutely shocked at how dry it was, considering how much rain it had. So I knew as soon as the skies opened up for just any moment, we'd be straight onto the field and we'd be able to make a game of it.
What goes through your mind when you lose that bat flip?
I mean, it's one thing we actually speak about a fair bit is trying to stay as unemotional as possible when it comes to the toss, and especially in a rain-affected game, because it probably does, it does throw out the advantage usually to the team batting second, just knowing what's always required. Whether it rains again at some stage throughout the game. Luckily and thankfully tonight it was just that the rain delay leading into the game, and then the game was just the same amount of overs for both teams, and not one team batted longer for the other than the other, so it ended up being a pretty fair contest.
With Josh's composure at such a young age, I mean, he's done it in the regular season, but to do it on this kind of stage.
Yeah, I mean, what he's done this year, I think we've seen him bat in many different modes throughout the season as well. We all know he can whack it everywhere around the park, but you can't score as many runs as he did throughout the season without having composure and making the right decisions at the right times. And not only just whacking it around the park, but also knowing how to build an innings and get through some tough times throughout a 20-over period. I mean, he would have scored a lot of runs for the season, up around the 500 mark. And for someone who scores usually as quick as he does, it's a very good effort.
Are you independent that thinks it's only a matter of time before he plays international cricket?
I mean, the destiny's there. I mean, it's in his hands. He's definitely got the talent to go on, but it's up to him. And as I said about the weather, you can't predict the future. You don't want to put any more pressure on young men than what they already put them on themselves. He's just a great kid with a great head on his shoulders, and if he keeps doing the right things, who knows what can happen.
Is there something in, I guess, a 12-over game, not really knowing what a good total is, like the way he can do that?
Yeah, I mean, as it is a 12, as you said, 12-over game. You actually don't really have an idea what a good total is. Just the nature of less half the power play. The wicket was a little tacky. A whole number of different variables that we're just not always used to. So you're just basically scrapping to get as many runs as you can. And that partnership between him and Silky was I thought it was fantastic. Even Silky knocked a couple over the ropes late and really gave us some momentum.